I think we can all pretty much agree that push-ups rock. They're one of the best exercises for core stability, upper extremity stability, depending on your acute variables or tools that you use along with them. You might even get some power endurance out of them. But most people don't do them very well, especially beginners, and they miss out tremendously from the benefits that they could have from them. So I'm going to use some plyo boxes here and just show you some regressions or some progressions depending on how you want to look at it. Now, if you're going to have someone doing push-ups on plyo boxes, please make sure that they don't slide, that they don't move. There's a liability issue there. I like to have the fixed barbell rack and someone start off just with that, or even a wall. I do like the barbell rack better because you can get the wrist in a neutral position much easier on the wrist. I'm going to use these plyo boxes here and walk down from there. One of the advantages of having a barbell rack, as I mentioned, is you have the neutral grip, and you can even have that happen with the plyo boxes here. Ear, shoulder, hip, knee, ankle, core is engaged, front side and back side, and just lowering down through that push-up. Now, if your clients can't even do that, just getting them in a position with their heels down, don't even put them in full triple extension, and just hold right here. Have them find that neutral position. You'll notice you have to have dorsiflexion to do this, and you have to have hip extension to be able to do this, or loose enough, extensible enough hip flexors to at least get to neutral. So just teaching them to get into some dorsiflexion with neutral is going to be challenging. You might have some flexibility to work on first. Work on the cervical alignment from here, core engagement. Now you can have them hold here statically. You can have them pick a hand up. When most of them do this, they're going to drop down. They're going to drop down because they won't have that rotary stability to hold themselves stable. So just a nice, easy way to progress this, or do this on a wall, is just have them go ahead and pick up a hand for a 1 count, another count. You can have them almost do like a mini Davies test. Tap on the one hand, tap on the other hand. Do your best to make sure that we keep that neutral alignment. Once we have a little bit better core stability and awareness, we can come up in a little bit more of that triple extension position. This will help individuals that have tight calves too. We want to progress this. We can make the lever arm longer. We can adjust and keep variables. We can have our hands in a different position. Let's just go ahead. We'll go right to the different acute variable, adjusting the lever instead of adjusting the acute variables. I just go closer down towards the floor. What's going to happen is it's going to take me from this more vertical position closer to horizontal. Give me a slightly longer lever arm to use. You can have your clients get on top of this platform from now. The resistance will be down like this. Again, traditional push-up, hold statically. Move the hand towards the middle. You can have them go in, out, out. So my hands are just going like this, in, out, out. Several different progressions. You can even begin to work on some hip extension from here where they hold statically. You can engage in a push-up while they're doing this as well. As long as you have hip extensibility, the ankle mobility in order to do that. You'll also need some pretty good extensibility of that first the muscles around the first metatarsal phalange joint, that big toe, because along with dorsiflexion, you're getting that first MTP extension. Most people aren't going to have that. You might notice with beginners, they're more comfortable in sneakers or footwear. If you have them in, Vibram 5 fingers, or if they're barefoot, if that big toe is out of alignment and doesn't move very well, that might cause some discomfort through there. Another good case for doing some corrective exercise for the big toe before you work. Let's make the lever arm even a little bit longer. Go down to the next box. Same set of progressions. You can even have some fun. Good rotational push-ups. Much more stability of the shoulder, body awareness and control going to be needed. You can walk through that same progression. You can even have them go through triple flexion, triple extension, a little bit more core challenge. Teaches them to disassociate their spine from their pelvis. So instead of flexing at the spine stays neutral, and they can start to move more at the hip joint or at the pelvis, depending on how you want to describe that action. So push-ups can be an extremely powerful and effective exercise for the beginner. You just have to make sure that they're doing right. Start them against the wall, start them against a very stable rack, walk them down towards the floor. You can also use the barbell on a Smith machine or a squat rack too. Put your hands on a bench, use what you've got, but make sure your clients' 5 kinetic chain checkpoints are lined up. Make sure their form is good, and hey, help them feel successful. I'm Eric Beard. Thanks for watching.